Hi viewers, welcome to Carnatic Music. Everybody is invited. Season 2. I am so happy to be with all of you today. The first season went amazingly. Just think of the kind of content that we covered. We covered the raga world, we covered the thala world, and we covered so many formats of kritis. And then we went into varnams, the tana varnam, the pada varnam. I talked to you about melakarta ragas. Remember, we arrived at the number 72, 36 into 2 in one of the episodes. And then we also went into raga alapana, neraval, kalpana swaram, and then tukuda. Oh my God, what a lot of content was covered in season 1. So here I am, all charged up, waiting to talk to you more and more about Carnatic music in this new season. I'm also in a very happy frame of mind because Melakartas, my pet project of 3 years, has come to a close and the second volume of the book is ready, carrying the Pratimadhyama Ragas. The first volume, I think I showed you this when I started the first season. That was a book that came out last January. And this book covered the Shuddha Madhyama Ragas. Ragas 1 to 36. Now all of you know that there are 36 into 2 ragas. So the first 36 I had covered in this volume. Now the second volume is also done and completed. And I am so thankful to the Almighty that I was able to complete a project of this size. It makes me feel so good. So that's about my state of mind. So now, where do we start? We have done so much about kritis, and I know that there were 2 formats which I couldn't discuss in the previous season because I said I wanted to talk to you about it in detail, and one of those formats was Ragamalika. So why don't we start with Ragamalika? Now, what is a Ragamalika? We will start with that basic question. Ragamalika is Malika, you can just assume like a string of flowers. Ragamalika, multiple ragas strung together. You can actually compare it to, the thali meals. Every state has its own speciality of thali meals. And then when we go, we see so many variety of items there. And what is the best thing about thali? You please tell me. You can sample a little bit of everything. Now, people are of 2 types. In our own family, if you see, some of them want to have a single meal, like a well done one particular dish, whatever that dish is, and eat it nicely and then conclude. And now there are some of us who love to have, a wide spread, but we know we can't eat too much of everything. After all, there is only this much that anyone can eat. So instead of eating a big portion of one item, we would like to sample a little of everything. And then you say, okay, I've tasted this, I've tasted that. And so that is very exciting for some of us. Why don't we look at Ragamalikas as that experience in Carnatic music? Well, that's what it is. You get to sample a little bit of every raga. So that is the beauty of a Ragamalika. Now, if you are going to tell me that why am I hearing so small portions of a raga, I want to hear it in detail. Why not? You can hear it in detail in all the raga alapanas. Remember how much into Dharmavati we went in the previous season. So if you see, the main item takes you so much into a raga. We do Neraval in the raga, we do Kalpana Swaram in the raga. That is a different experience, like ordering that single item on the menu. But Ragamalika is an experience where it is multidimensional. I guess that is the way I should word it. And once you decide to tune into that, Ragamalikas can be amazing. Now, why don't we start with one Ragamalika, which I learnt as a kid, and it's a Ragamalika I like very much. It is on the theme of Dashavatara. So, I'm sure when I say Dashavatara, what is it you're going to guess? Yes, 10 ragas. So, Dikshitar has used the format of Ragamalika to give us a beautiful kriti talking about all the 10 avatars. Now, the only small change he has made is the last avatara, instead of conventionally talking about Kalki avatara, he talks about Venkatesha Perumal. As if to say that Venkatesha Perumal is, like his version of Kalki, you could say. I mean, he has just treated the 10th avatara as Lord Venkateshwara. So, I will just, my slates are waiting for me, so I will pick one of them. And so you see, I'm going to talk to you about quite some Ragamalika, so I've lined up quite some slates. So, I will start with what pertains to the Dashavatara Kriti. So why don't we have a look? It starts with Natai, and then we go to Gaula, and then we go to Sri Ragam, then we go to Arabi, then we go to Varali, Kedaram, Vasanta, Shuritti, Saurashtram, and then Madhyamavati. Shall we run through the ragas once again? It is Nata, then we have Gaula, then we have Sri Ragam, we have Arabi, we have Varali. I'm sure you can see. Are you able to see the slate clear? I'm sure you are. And then the sixth is Kedaram, we have Vasanta, we have Shuriti, we have Saurashtram, and then we have Madhyamavati. So, let me get started with this Ragamalika. Madhavo Mampathu, Madhavo Mampathu Matsyavataro, Madhavo Mampathu Matsyavataro, Madhavo Mampathu Vedasteya Dushtahara Vedadirakshana Shri Madhavo. Govindam Namamyakam Guru Guhanota Kurmavataram. Govindam Namamyakam Guru Guhanota Kurmavataram. Devarajadi Pujitam Divyamrita Pradam. Govindam Sridharena Rakshitoham, Sridharena Rakshitoham, Bhumipala Sukarena, Sridharena Rakshitoham, Bhumipala Sukarena, Hitadevopakarena, Hayasura Nipunena, Sridharena Rakshitoham. Narasimhaya Namaste, Narasimhaya Namaste, Prahlada Prarthitaya, Narasimhaya Namaste, Prahlada Prarthitaya, Hiranya Pranaharaya, Hiranya Pranaharaya, Hariharadivalditaya, Narasimhaya Namaste. Vamanadanyam, Vamanadanyam, Najane Naravararupinam, Vamanadanyam, Najane Naravararupinam, Shukrabalirajadi, Shukrabalirajadi, Shrutikjnana Prabodhitam, Vamanadanyam. Parashuramasya dasoham, Parashuramasya dasoham, Sitapatim Sharanagatasya Parashuramasya dasoham, Sitapatim Sharanagatasya Kshatriya Kulabhikarasya, क्षत्रियकुलभीकरस्य जमदग्निऋषिपुत्रस्य परशुरामस्य दासोऽहम्। रामचन्द्रस्वामिने रामचन्द्रस्वामिने भक्तिं करोमि हरिहरात्मने। रामचन्द्रस्वामिने भक्तिं करोमि हरिहरात्मने। दशरथसुकुमारात्मने दशरथसुकुमारात्मनि दशवदनभञ्जनात्मनि। दशरथसुकुमारात्मनि दशवदनभञ्जनात्मनि। रामचन्द्र स्वामिने बलरामा मां कलये भोगिशायि सोदरं। बलरामा मां कलये भोगिशायि सोदरं। मुरलीगानानन्दमुकुन्दादि सदा लोलं। मुरलीगानानन्दमुकुन्दादि सदा लोलं। बलरामा मां कलये श्रीकृष्णं भजरे चेत् श्रीरुक्मिणी पतिं। श्रीकृष्णं भजरे चेत् श्रीरुक्मिणी पतिं। शिशुपालकं सादिहरं पाण्डवादिरक्षितवरं श्रीकृष्णं। कलियुगवर वेङ्कटेशं कलशमुख हात सुरेशं। कलियुगवर वेङ्कटेशं कलशमुख हात सुरेशं। अलमेलु मङ्गेशम् अलमेलु मङ्गेशमच्युतादि भजे हमनिशं माधवो। अलमेलु मङ्गेशमच्युतादि भजे हमनिशं माधवो। माधवो माधवो Such an enthralling kriti of Muthuswami Dikshitar. I'm almost feeling horripilated, singing this entire composition, which so beautifully describes all the avatars of Lord Vishnu. I'll stop here. Keep watching. More Ragamalikas are waiting to follow. You were watching Carnatic Music. Everybody is invited. Season 2.